Hey folks, it's Gil from Tanglewood Croft. Kind of want to show you this. I think it's showing up on video. What you're looking at is about all that remains of an attack that we had this past Saturday. It's Monday as I'm making this video, Monday afternoon. Tomorrow's supposed to be kind of rainy, so I'll probably not be doing a lot of outside work, but I think I will be outside, even if I have to wear a jacket or something. I saw what did this, and at first I thought it was a dog, but now I'm pretty convinced it's a coyote. And I'm on the neighbor's property. I just heard a four-wheeler down here somewhere, hoping to maybe catch the neighbor. If you look over here, there's a few more feathers. I'll try and get a little more footage a little later and show you. The coyote got 5 out of our 12 ducks and 2 of our 3 geese. And the geese were only about 5 weeks old. I'm not sure if this is from the coyote or not. That is what's left of a deer carcass. When I come back down yesterday, there were a couple of buzzards took off from there. There's not a whole lot left of it. And it was on down in here, closer to this feeder probably at the time. And it stopped and looked back at me. This is the harsher side of both homesteading and farming. This property next door, this is a big farm. They drive around with guns in their trucks all the time because coyotes will eat calves, and they've got cows running in here. We suspect it's actually a mother, and she's got kits down here somewhere. I'm sorry, when it comes to a choice between that and my birds, the coyote's going to lose if I have my way about it. And they can multiply pretty rapidly if you give them half a chance. And between his calves and our birds, I'd rather not have very many coyotes running around here. I know you got to work with nature. I guess a few of them are okay. And I hadn't seen or heard coyotes in so long, I thought we were probably okay. But obviously, they're moving back in. Well, here's some more sign. This is up on top of the ridge, above the hollow where our house is. When I saw the coyote the first time, it came up this way. And it had, I'm pretty sure, one of the geese. One of the geese was down there. I think that's the feathers I was showing you. It had something big and white. Of course, we got big white ducks. But at 5 weeks, our geese are pretty big, or goose now, because we've only got one left. Something running around here. Might be a male, since it ate everything here. I only found sign of like one goose up till I found this. One goose and maybe 2 ducks. So 2 of the ducks were just completely carried off in one goose. And I'm pretty sure this is probably the other goose, or it's the other bird. Whatever bird I saw him. Like I said, I thought at first it was a dog, but it kept running from me, and I was able to see it up closer in the scope yesterday. So it is the coyote. A pretty big one, looked like. If you will look, see these pine trees, and then there's some more in there. I just wanted to throw this in. When I was a kid, I think I've told you before, this land is land that was inherited on my mom's side. We'd come over here after church on Sunday, me and my cousins. I mean, it almost did not matter the weather. But we would tromp all the way down, across the creek. Brush Creek runs into Beaver Lake, down in that holler down there. And we called this the Pines. Yeah, I know, not a very original name, but it was fun. You see past this big tree, between those trees, you can kind of see, I'm hoping, where the pines come down the hillside. we'd go tromp around in there and then up and down that holler. So there's a lot of memories for me around here. And of course I'm making more now. I just want to add just a little aside here. You know, we've got dogwoods blooming here, red buds. A lot of the trees are getting leaves on them. Everything's just beautiful here today. And the video up to this point, the footage I've made, might seem like a little bit of a downer, and I don't want it to seem that way. We love it out here, folks. The romanticism, the romantic idea is you get your chickens and your birds, whatever they might be. We have chickens and ducks and one goose. The romantic idea is you get these birds and you have a little coop where they'll lay their eggs and you let them free range. And in theory, that's great. I wish we could do it because that's what the birds deserve. We have, and a lot of places have, way too much predator pressure for you to be able to do that realistically. I've talked to you about the problem we've had with raccoons last year. That seems to have backed off for now. Now we've got this what looks like a coyote problem developing. So now that's come up. And I don't mean that to be depressing. We're not going to sugarcoat things either. If you move to the country, the simple fact of the matter is, if you don't realize it now, you will get woken up to it. Be woken up to it, however that goes. You'll face the reality that there are predators out here and they're going to love your animals. Coyotes, for example, you're not even going to be immune if you have cattle, because they will take down calves, especially newborns, if there's a big enough pack. And if you get coyotes and dogs mixed, or the worst thing is wild dogs, because they've been around people and they're not very afraid of them. They will, in some cases, they will attack people. So just be aware of these things. If you're not already living in the country and you're still thinking of doing the homesteading thing, and we're one of the channels you're watching to learn some stuff, just keep that in mind, okay? There are a lot of other things that are good about this. I mean, look at that dogwood blooming over there. You get to see that in the spring. There's a red bud right there. All these trees leaving out. Mayaples growing. This is the time of year for morel mushrooms. So there's a lot of positive about this. Look, no house. The point being, I didn't want this to turn into a downer video, but we do want to be honest with you and not sugarcoat things. I'm almost back up to the house, so I'll get you a little footage of our ducks. Show you how big our goose is now. Well, as you can see, big change from yesterday. Yesterday when I did the initial video for this, it was, I don't know, up around 70. I was in a t-shirt, and as you can see, it's snowing here in April in the Ozarks. How's that? A dogwood with snow falling in front of it. And it's down in the 30s. We're under a freeze warning tonight. We've got milk jugs over as many of the plants as we could get covered, especially tomatoes and some of our bigger peppers. I will show you the den when I get down there to it. You see these trees? They're right on a bank of a creek. If you look, I came down this creek bed. And if you look right there, something at some point has been going in and out. I've not seen anything move. And I really, it's packed down enough. There's definitely tracks there in the dirt, but they're so mixed up, and I'm by no means an expert tracker. But that hole goes back in there. It would be good protection. Again, I'm gonna back off in case there is one in there. Coyotes are largely nocturnal anyway. Chances of seeing one this time of day are kind of slim. The fact that I saw that one 2 days in a row is kind of surprising. And then of course you can hear them at night. You know, it's not that I'm kill happy or anything. It has nothing to do with that. It has to do with you have to defend your animals. It's not like you can go ask the coyotes or the raccoons or the bobcats to please stop what they're doing. They're just following their nature. I don't hate them for it. Don't dislike them for it. I don't like what they're doing, obviously. I hate losing my ducks. I like my ducks. I like my ducks far more than I like chickens. All I really wanted to do was come down here and check this out. See if it looked like it was being used. And it kind of does, but I can't tell by what. I'm sure a coyote could get down in that hole. I know it's not very big, but coyotes aren't super big anyway. And they can get through some areas that you'd be surprised. So anyway, I'll go ahead and let you go. Hope you've kind of enjoyed coming along for this ride and seeing this really changeable weather we have in the Ozarks. So anyway, we'll catch you in the next video. Hopefully it'll be a little more cheerful video.